here on Ridge Acres, and today we're going to make an early spring patio pot. Now, I've selected these plants in particularly because they are early spring flowers, which means once I plant this pot and put it outside, I don't have to worry about the colder nights that are common in southwestern Ontario springs. I'll be able to leave these out, and if they get a little bit of frost or even maybe a little bit of snow, they'll be just fine. So what I'm going to start with today is recycling my old pot. Now, we have a great selection of pots and patio containers here, but if you've got something lying around, don't be afraid to reuse it. All you need to do is dump out your soil from last year and make sure you start with a good, fresh base of quality potting soil on the bottom. If you want to reuse an old container that maybe wasn't meant for plants, that's totally fine too. Just make sure that you've got a drainage hole in the bottom of it so that if you've got any extra water, it can get out no problem. So I'm going to start off with some mini daffodils that were actually planted here last fall and spent the winter in one of our cold greenhouses, so they froze just as if they were outside. And we brought them in a few weeks ago so they'd be ready to start flowering in time for Easter. I'm also going to add some Primula. The nice thing about Primula is that they don't just look good, they smell awesome, especially the yellow ones. Yellow pansy here. I love pansies, one of my favorites even from my childhood. Great. And another little blue viola. He's kind of like a pansy, but he's got a little smaller flower. Yellow primula. Just for good measure, I'm going to sneak in this blue hyacinth yet too, because I just love them. They smell so awesome. Now my container is getting pretty full, but if your container happens to have some pockets around the plants yet, just make sure that you top it up with a bit of potting soil so that there's no big spaces in there. Perfect. And now all we have to do is give it a little drink and set it outside, and we'll be able to enjoy it all spring long. Thanks so much for watching, and happy growing!